Since its 2002 debut, the Elimination Chamber has hosted almost 40 matches, with 2 generations of greats stepping into the famed structure. Along the way, that structure has changed, as has the WWE surrounding it, with the women making annual appearances in the chamber since 2018. Now a signature stop on the road to WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber has become an iconic WWE stipulation. With that in mind, I thought we'd celebrate the upcoming chamber matches with a draft, battling to create the ultimate Elimination Chamber lineup. The rules, well, they're really quite simple, but actually this time, each grinner needs 6 grapplers, with anyone to ever enter the chamber available to them. Tag team entrants must be selected as individuals, but remember, you're drafting based on chamber output and performance, nothing outside of that. The goal is to build a lineup that captures some of the structure's most iconic matches and moments, all while producing a cool graphic in the process. With that established, let's grin. Alright fellas, I must say it's crazy to me, I gotta concede. It is just insane to me to think how many years ago the first Elimination Chamber was. We are looking at, 24 years is this year, right?
Yep.
And to me anyway, it's one of the most prolific, consistent stipulations in the history of the company, I guess, therefore wrestling, right? In the sense that how many of these chamber matches are good? A lot of them. I would argue most of them are at least worth a watch, you know, and what I find interesting about that is that's somewhat at contrast with, I don't know how many of them have a distinct memory in the fans' minds. Some of them certainly do. A handful certainly do. I'm intrigued for you fellas. When I say Elimination Chamber Buster, where does your mind go?
As a kid, it was obviously like it was a big thing just because, like, as you know, again, as a kid, those like big stip matches, any like kind of cage match, Hell in a Cell, it still had like a bunch of novelty for me. As a kid, my mother for Christmas actually bought me Satan's Prison, full DVD of Elimination Chamber matches, and I watched this a lot actually, like a decent amount. Yeah, I think it goes all the way up to 2009, I believe. Could be wrong.
Yeah,
but yeah, that not a whole lot, just the feeling of the excitement of let's fucking go. It's the chamber.
Right, and it's one of the ultimate kind of video game matches in the sense that, like, it could be an all-star game within the chamber, right? And so, my goodness, Satan's Prison, you say?
Yeah, Satan's Prison.
Interesting.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
Did you also buy Satan's Prison?
I did not buy it. I looked at it multiple times when I was working at the Kmart. But never picked it up. I wasn't sure. I thought but it's the Hell in the Cell comp that I have. So.
It's crazy. It was 2009. So think of all the ones they've done since then. This is going to be 2 a year. Like, there's so many chamber matches. It's really insane. Adonis, I'm intrigued. Where does your mind go when I say Elimination Chamber?
Well, immediately it goes to the fact that, like, I wasn't alive when the first one happened, which goes to show you how long they've been doing them. I wasn't really super familiar with the chamber until 2014 because my dad was like, I'm not shelling out $60 a month for pay-per-view. Go fuck yourself. And so really the first memory is that 2014 Elimination Chamber, which I maintain is the best one, especially from since you mentioned All-Star Game, like if you look at the people that are in that match, it is truly an incredible lineup. And it was for a while there, honestly, my favorite of the like big WWE steps. Obviously they had the Rumble, they had the Survivor Series match. That was always my favorite because it always felt the most like dangerous. And as a kid, like, you know, you always gravitate towards the things that you definitely shouldn't be doing, but always would want to do. And so, like, I remember talking to my friend's school, like, what if we did a chamber match? And then we would go, well, we'd all probably be dead, so we shouldn't. Yeah. But it was always a really fun thing. It was super unique, too, especially when they had the steel great floor. Then they went to padding because woke. But, I still really like it. They're usually a guarantee on the market or the year for WWE. They're usually still really good. So, very consistent. I like them.
It would have been tough to build Elimination Chamber, I feel. With you and your friends, it would have been difficult, I think.
Yeah, especially my group of friends, those idiots. Yeah, we'd all be screwed.
Just 10 years old, figuring out why it doesn't hit the same, you know? Interesting. The Oracle of Wrestling, Chris Bourdin, had a animated response to your revelation you wasn't born when the first chamber match took place. With that in mind,
Hold on, let me go grab my cane.
Yeah. I pitched the Oracle of Wrestling who I sense will have more vivid memories of the chamber structure, Oracle.
Yeah. So, granted, I was a kid, but I'd been watching a few years by that point. I was in 4th grade when the chamber match debuted. I remember the O2 Survivor Series very well. We were annual Big Four purchasers at my home. So we definitely got this show. The anticipation and build for the first chamber match was pretty damn exciting.
Yeah.
I'll never forget like watching that like video of like Bischoff with the voiceover with them like making the making the chamber and all that stuff. The memories of that first one are funny enough. Like, it seemed like it was one of the last times they were in WWF New York before it shut down in the summer of 2003, because Saliva sang Jericho in via WWE New York. Because obviously, Star Series 02 is in the Garden. And the Saliva sang King of My World or whatever it was called. Jericho. And I was a huge Jericho mark when I was a kid. And so he was the guy I was rooting for in that match. But and of course Sean's Dutch boy haircut.
To the NBA and leading the league in scoring and leading his team.
All those things. I mean, I could do spiels on every one of these chamber matches that I can remember. I remember being mad and furious when Triple H, because I actually hated Goldberg when I was a kid, and I was mad when Triple H won with a sledgehammer and Flair and all that shit. I remember looking at WWE.com because we didn't get New Year's Revolution when Edge cashed in at the end of the 06 one, so on and so forth. I got the Puerto Rico show on DVD. That was one of the first pay-per-views on DVD that I'd gotten when I was in middle school. So, I mean, I don't want to derail the show with all my memories, but I will splice some of them in throughout, but, via my selections. But, I absolutely adore the chamber match. One of the instances of when I began to doubt my fandom is when they put mats and stuff, and I got very angry and declared that the business was dead or whatever in 2016 or 2017 when they brought it back. But it's fine now, but at the time I was very angry. But yeah, one of my absolute all-time favorite matches. I think this is going to be an interesting show because there's a lot of great chamber performances. There's you got your 5 or 6, but
yeah.
There's some unique ones out there that had some good showings over the years, I think.
I sense you're the favorite because I think you're going to remember more of those unique ones than the rest of us. But we'll see. We'll let it play out. Chris Bourdain, what about yourself, man? Any vivid memories? Any kind of broad thoughts?
For me, the chamber is like to paraphrase the movie Role Models. I like the idea of it more than I actually like it. Like, they're fine. They're good. Most of the time, they're good matches, like we said. Right. But yeah, it's just, other than the first one, like, none of them really stick out to me. Like, there's certain moments, I guess, like Kalisto climbing to the top of it and dropping down in the tag team one that one year. But as far as like actual matches, full chamber matches, none of them really stand out. And again, to your point about it being a video game match, like, I think it's one of the matches that translates better on the video game because you can be a lot more, even before they woke up the chamber with the padding, like you could still do a lot more damage in the video game than they would actually do to each other in real life. So
exploding pods and such. It was a great video game match. Legitimately, yes, that's a good point. It's going to be interesting. One of the things that's going to make this an adventure, folks, is that I don't know if there's a consensus number one pick for this, the way there is some of the other drafts we do on this program and this platform. I think this is going to be one where everyone's kind of fending for themselves and hoping they're just doing something that's logical and smart. But it's time for us to enter.
I think the pool is a lot smaller than this is going to be a lot more competitive as far as who we're all vying for than the Survivor Series draft was.
I think this pool is one of those ones you presume it'll be really deep, and then you get into it and go,
maybe not.
Maybe not. Fellas, we should enter Satan's prison now.
Holy fuck.
Oh, no.
By that I mean, let's find out the draft order.
Yeah.
Figure out who's taking the first pick. This is the first pick I don't want, which means I'm going to get it as a tradition.
Yeah.
Buster just charging out. Look at Buster.
It's not going to last. It's not going to last.
Go!
I actually take this. Oh, my God. Go, motherfucker. Come on.
Look
For God's sake. Put some pep in your step, you fuck.
Go!
Lord Oracle has claimed the first pick.
Yeah, see, I told you it's not going to last.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with me?
Okay, there we go.
What the hell?
There's an obvious number one for this. There's an obvious number one for this, and I'm very glad that I got it.
If there's one grinner who didn't need the first pick here, it was Lord Oracle, but he's got it nonetheless. Oracle, first pick, mate. Where you headed?
So, I recall the 2009 No Way Out pay-per-view, the last No Way Out event before 2012 when they brought it back in the summer briefly, but the last No Way Out event that was named as such before they changed the name to Elimination Chamber on the road to WrestleMania. And this was in the old Wild Wild West days of YouTube. And my brother, who's still in South Carolina at the time, and I was in Tennessee, would call me and tell me about the pay-per-views. And he told me, you have got to watch these chamber matches because by this point we had seen, almost a dozen of them. And he said this was the best chamber performance he'd ever seen. And he was 100% right. And I watched the show on YouTube on Monday evening before Monday Night Raw, the night after No Way Out 09. And Rey Mysterio, to this day, is the best Elimination Chamber performer in the history of the gimmick. There is no other number one. He was incredible in this match. He was incredible the next year. If I'm not mistaken, he was also in 2011 and was out.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
He is the greatest Elimination Chamber performer of all time.
Wow.
Ray Jr. is my number one pick.
There was an emotional response there from Donnie and Buster. Buster, you co-signing this? Good pick, you're saying?
It was a very good pick. Yeah, fucking 09 and 2011, both performances are incredible. And he's the first guy in, and he gets eliminated last as well in both those matches. Both by Edge, I think.
Yeah.
On this day.
Yeah, he sees clearly, and he beats Rey Mysterio both times.
Yeah. Donnie, this is a big blow. Same to your plans, big blow.
Dude, it's such a big blow, especially because I think the 09 Chamber specifically is like one of the best ones they've ever done. Yeah. And he is phenomenal in the 09 Chamber because he starts it with off of Jericho and he goes the distance. And honestly, for the Chamber and the type of match it is, this sort of war of attrition, there really is nobody better for it than the guy like Rey Mysterio, who obviously is smaller in stature, so he is that underdog. And he's currently one of 6 people I had named, so this is already a big blow on the board. Big blow.
He the best pod spot of all time is in that sequence with Jericho when he tries to throw his shoulder at Jericho in the corner and he just flies through just head first in the pod. Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
That's right. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
And it should be said, those ones you're naming, those would be the first PG era chambers. Right? 09, 2010, 11. So you needed someone as brilliant as Ray to kind of distract from the fact the violence was being reined in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The creativity though with Ray always obviously supreme. Any draft you can take Rey Mysterio and it's like a pick that you can legally make is a good pick.
True.
Excellent pick, Oracle. All right, Buster, you're up, mate.
This is kind of, I feel like it has to be the number 2 consensus pick. I apologize, Chris. I am going to take Shawn Michaels.
Shawn's big bush.
Yeah.
His big bush went from 1 to 2 there.
Obviously, the winner of the first one ever. His performance is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it's only his second match back, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. He's also in the 08 Chamber, which I think is my favorite chamber of all time. And he gets an absurd amount of blood. A lot of fucking blood.
As only HBK can do.
Yeah, true. It was I could be wrong. I think it was the last full-blown Crimson Mask before they banned blood that summer.
Maybe, yeah.
It's so good. He also has a spot where he comes out from under the chamber to super kick the Undertaker. I know it's not in the match,
Right.
but it is like seared into my brain as a kid watching
nice
that.
bonus point for sure.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels, the
Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid, if you will.
He's also is he not the special guest referee for the 05 chamber?
I believe you're correct.
Oh
on that.
yes, he is. That's right. Yeah.
There we go. Experience in the environment.
Thank God we got Oracle for this, not Alex. We don't have to Google anything tonight. We just let Oracle just tell us, was it true or not? Tell us, Oracle. That's good. Chris, let's be clear. Big blow for yourself there. No question, right?
Yeah, my strategy was definitely, in the Survivor Series draft, I knew I was able to let Shawn go a few rounds. He was definitely going to be number one tonight, but now I got to go with other options.
Yeah, the scenic route, if you will. The scenic route. That original chamber match is so big in terms of getting over this stipulation.
Yeah.
Right, Oracle, you mentioned the memories of them building it and Bischoff's way of presenting it.
Yeah.
They delivered on night one, and that allows us to be at night 54 or wherever we're at now. Right, it all goes back to that first one at the Garden. That's a classic match, no question. All right, fellas. I'm getting my number one seed, my big bald topper here. I'm going to get Daniel Bryan.
Damn it.
Who has notable performances in the chamber, no question. You're looking at a win, of course, in 2019, 2012, but more specifically in that 2019 match, Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
And all that comes with it is launched by a sensational Bryan performance in that deal. And lest we forget, even, less than that, Donnie mentioned 2014.
Yeah.
He's, of course, a centerpiece of that on the babyface side. You even have the Thunderdome one, which I remember being good, but I will absolutely never rewatch, which I believe he also wins.
Yes. He's a three-time winner. Yep.
Match is really,
Three-time winner. There you go. Thank you, Chris. You're helping me here. And then, also, in addition to that, he has that moment with Santino Marella where he convinces the people that he's going to lose the world title to Santino Marella in 2012. So, I'm really happy with this. My top pick here. Adonis, what do you make of this?
Yeah, you mentioned 2014, and it'll be brought up a lot, but Bryan's performance in that match is superb. He is the biggest babyface in the entire world. There's a moment at the end where it's the last time him and John Cena ever have like a wrestling interaction together, and like the people are just losing their minds. And obviously he gets screwed by Kane, and that whole thing sets up WrestleMania 30. I'm glad you mentioned the Thunderdome one. That match is a super underrated piece of that. Like, it's the last leg of Bryan's WWF journey, and I believe he starts that match with Sheamus. I believe it's something along those lines. That he is fucking awesome in that match. He has a really good sequence with Kevin Owens, which I remember vividly. And again, a three-time winner. I think he might be the only. No, that's not true. He's one of the only three-time winners, but you can never go wrong with getting Bryan Danielson.
Fucking amazing too. The one with Kofi and
Maybe one of the best ones ever, right?
Yes.
Probably the best one with a new structure, I'd say, right?
Yeah.
And it also, the fact that it actually launches something coming out of it because they capitalize for once in 2019.
Yeah.
And they actually do it. He was my ideal pick. I'm glad I got him here. Just like we said earlier, it's another one where it's like anytime you can get Daniel Bryan, right? So far, Ray, Shawn, Bryan, we're all, picking all-time greats who just happen to have great chamber performances. I'm very intrigued where our friend Chris Bourdine goes next.
I have a couple different ways I can go. Since I could return Buster's spite towards me with spite towards Adonis.
Excellent.
I will not do that, though, even though he personally attacked me by telling me his age earlier. I'm going to go, since I would like to have the ladies represented, and that's because there's been far less, obviously, of those. I'm going to go with Bianca Belair because she's been in 3 of them and she's won 2 of them.
She is indeed. The thing about Bianca Belair is she's on her own against the world. Oracle false.
Oh, yeah. Bianca, honestly, might be the... I think she might be the best women's chamber
I think so, yeah.
Performer. She's awesome in every single one she's been in. And, like, there's been at least 2 of them that were great, right, with her in it last year, and then the one before that. I think 24 and 25 are both great matches.
The one in Australia has a really good crowd. When the Australian crowd's really good. And the 2025 one was like, I remember leaving the show, everyone was like, man, that was an awesome match. They killed it in that deal. So
and she starts it off with the incredible, we make fun of wrestling acting all the time, but the way she sold that Jade Naomi angle
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the before the match even starts was excellent.
Hopefully by the time people are seeing this, Bianca Belair is back, but man, do we miss her right now as of recording this. Like, whoa. She should get an incredible reaction when she comes back, because this could be like a great example of you don't know what you got until it's gone. You know, she was getting kind of jeered on the road to Mania. Man, a year about Bianca Belair has been notable. One of the greats in terms of the women's division, no doubt, and I agree. In terms of the women for the Chamber, she is the 1 seed, 2 wins, great performance in all of them. Just Bianca Belair things, as we've come to expect from the EST. A great first pick, and Chris immediately goes, I'm going a different part of this poll. There's no question about that. And it's a different part. The vote has now changed. Chris has made a heady play there. Adonis, how do you respond?
Well, seeing as 3 of the 6 people I had have been taken, I can only go with what I know. So I'm going with the man who is tied for the most wins in Chamber history.
Here we go.
Not Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I'm taking John Cena. He has won 4, including last year, where I think last year's men's chamber is kind of bad until John Cena enters the match. I think him and CM Punk are fantastic in that match. He is also in maybe the most underrated chamber, which was mentioned earlier, the 2011 Raw chamber. It's him, Punk, Morrison, Truth, Sheamus, and I believe, I don't remember who else it is actually. I think that might be it. But he is sensational that match. Him and Punk again have an extended sequence in the end that's really, really, really sick. He's in the 2010 chamber where he wins the WWE Championship before Batista robs him, setting up that great feud for WrestleMania. And then obviously one of his more heroic performances in the 2006 chamber, one of his only blade jobs. That match gets a lot of, flack for the sort of framing of it where it's just Cena beats everybody because of course he does, but he is truly heroic in that match. He sets up the cash in perfectly by just being so beat up and worn out that he can't even stand to defend himself. It's a great performance. If you're talking about accomplished chamber guys, you can't really get much stronger. And if you're talking about chamber performances, he's fucking awesome in every single one he's in. So as always, I will never complain about getting John Cena any way I can. So my number 1 pick.
It's a fair pick in this case. Even if we all had an unspoken resentment as you gave it, it's actually a good pick.
Yeah.
You have a double pick here, Adonis, because now we're in round 2. Who is joining John Cena in your Elimination Chamber?
So I'm going to also take a woman, and she hasn't won as many chambers as John Cena, but I do think that her performances in every single one have been awesome. And I just spoiled it because I said her name by accident. I'm going with Asuka. Yeah, there you go. I'm going with Asuka. Yeah. She's a one-time winner, but the one thing with Asuka is the way that she approaches these types of matches is always really spoken to me, in that she's a very, for lack of a better term, competitive wrestler. And in a match like this, that really stands out because it always feels like she's trying to win. And that kind of gets lost in this sort of big action set pieces that these sort of big stipulation matches have. And it's never somebody I'm going to complain about having. She's always somebody that if you have her in the match, I'm always going to want to see her. And she has a qualifier on Monday at the time of recording this. So hopefully she's in it. Always a great addition. And always, again, the women are kind of slim pickings just because, there hasn't been many. So I'm going based morely on their performances in the match rather than their accomplishments. And so I think Asuka's probably the best suited for that. So go with Asuka.
We'll see. There's some interesting names. There is some contenders, I think. There's one who's been in a lot of them who hasn't won one yet. And she, I think, will come up later. But a good pick, right? Good pick. You always have to get Asuka. Buster, why did you text me that pick was reach, bro? What's up?
I didn't do that. Don't. You're trying to sow chaos.
I just tell stories. That's what I do.
I don't like it.
I have to kill time with my hosting because I didn't know what I'm doing in a couple picks. Chris, you're up, brother.
All right. Well, Joe kind of spooked me. And I like a lot of the dudes I wanna draft. Even though I got a while before I come back around, they're not exactly late night grin favorites. So I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna take Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
No,
there is. Liv Morgan has been in 6 chamber matches.
Yeah,
she's
dude.
been in damn near every one.
She's been good in most of them, and also last year she had
last year was
maybe
phenomenal.
And maybe the best performance of her career, to be honest.
Yeah,
she was amazing in that match.
And And she's a big star. So
she is, yeah. Buster, watch him take Liv Morgan. You were hurting, right?
I did.
You were hurting, yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's my favorite. Yeah, she's awesome, dude. I had it in my notes that like I don't necessarily remember her performances. However, experience matters. She also had that really cool spot where she used Bianca Belair's hair to like wrench a submission last year.
Which is now in Chris's match. He can fully recreate that. Yeah, tremendous stuff. Liv Morgan, man. What a journey the Liv Morgan story has been. It's quite remarkable. She just come off a Rumble win. We're headed to a Mania title match. It's been pretty cool. Got to be one of the biggest in-house success stories, the Performance Center ever, right? It has to be. So,
yeah.
Liv Morgan, great pick. When it comes to me, I'm somewhat panicking right now. I'm looking at my board. I have about 4 picks I'm confident in. This is my 3rd pick. I'm going to pair Daniel Bryan with one of his great rivals, in my book anyway. I'm going to take Randy Orton.
You shouldn't do
that. He gets the win in that aforementioned 2014 Chamber. He is in a million of these, including what I thought was a fabulous performance in Australia a couple of years ago. Oracle, what are you making of this pick? Yeah.
In that Australia match. I'll never forget. Yep. And that's the exact word that Joe sent to our group in a DM. Randy is in agony.
Yeah. But I think he got me.
The whole deal where they worked over his back or whatever.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It really is. He's in so many of these deals. I mean, you look at he's in the Goldberg one, 05, 2010, 2011, 2014. He wins 2014. He's in 2019 again. He's in 2021, and he wins. Doesn't win, but he has that performance in 2024 that we're talking about with the agony and such. Adonis, I'm happy with this deep in the game. This was like a strong pick.
Yeah, he's one of the better picks on the entire, I guess, sort of sphere of guys you could take. You mentioned 2024. I legitimately thought he needed another surgery. That's how good he was in that match. It legit. That Chamber in general, I generally think is pretty underrated, the men's one. It went very, very long, but Randy really held it together. Again, I think he's really, really good in the 2011 Chamber, which is the guy that I missed when I mentioned him earlier. He is really good in the 2010 WWE title Chamber. That's an underrated Randy performance. He's not in it for super long. He gets the kind of Kurt Angle, New Year's Revolution 2006, like 5-minute sprint performance where he just kind of comes in and runs rampant. But he is really, really good in that role. 2014, like you mentioned. So again, when you talk about experience, can't get more experience than Randy, and he's always really thrived individually in these matches. So a great pick and another name to cross off now, which is making me very scared. I can't lie. I'm very scared.
These are scary times, no question, Buster. Firstly, how you feeling? Are you scared? And secondly, who's your pick?
I'm somewhat scared. I have a couple of guys left on my board that they're going to get taken soon.
Michael wasn't in a chamber, bro.
He wasn't. I had to take him off. It was Vader. It was weird. I'm surprised he wasn't. I'm going to take a guy that wasn't in a lot of them. I think 4 of them. Jeff Hardy. He's the 2008 Chamber. He's fucking incredible, which I think I mentioned already. That is my favorite Chamber of all time. It's like peak of his popularity. Like one of the best kickouts of all time in this match where he kicks out of the pedigree after missing a swanton. It's incredible. He's in the following year as well, 09. It's not as good, but he is in the fucking 2019 and 2021 Chamber matches, which surprised me to like look at. But both of the matches roll. He's in them. There you go.
People forget, dude. 2021. He appeared to be on the verge of a big push.
Yeah, it was weird.
There was talk about him working with Roman and stuff.
And they brought back, can you see the writing on the wall?
Vintage Oracle.
What happened when they brought that back, Oracle? What did he do that night?
He got big win.
I don't remember.
Right?
Yeah, he did Karrion Kross and
he beat the NXT champion.
Right. Can you see the writing on the wall? That's right. I forgot about
that. Alone is worth the pick.
There you go.
I'm convinced that we're gonna be doing this in 20 years, be in LNG, whatever 1,000 or whatever, and you'll be like, man, Jeff Hardy's heating up again. Maybe he's gonna be. He's immovable, isn't he? Like he truly does embody that. Like he just will. The Matt Hardy will not die thing is like so prevalent in Jeff. How many times we thought Jeff was done and he's hot again? Like, won a match on NXT TV last year. They won the NXT titles together last year, for that matter. Forget the better match. Fuck. Good pick, Buster. All right, it's time for Oracle's double pick. Oracle, where you headed first, brother?
My number 2 pick is someone who was actually sensational in the Elimination Chamber, particularly his 2 first performances. His third one he was good in, but he was already really beginning to show signs of slowing down. And that would be The Undertaker.
Oh, wow.
He is awesome in 2008. And he is fucking amazing in the 09 SmackDown Chamber. He and Triple H have an incredible, final closing stretch in that match. That's tremendous. In the 2010 Chamber, he's good, but that's kind of 2010 was a year where he was kind of doing on the road. That's when he finally started to slow down. But that has, of course, the finish as Buster alluded, has alluded to, with Shawn coming up underneath the chamber and setting up the Streak versus Career. But Taker, tremendous chamber performances during that period. One of my all-time favorites, and also had a rivalry with Rey Mysterio, who was my first pick. That period, and of course, that was at that point. Rey and Taker were on different levels. Taker again had gone down, but I do like the Rumble singles match in 2010. So that's my number 2.
Strong.
My number 3 is someone who is pretty much almost always been great in the chamber. It takes 2 to tango most often, and he definitely did that with the greatest of all time, John Cena, and that is one Phil CM Punk Brooks. Well, we'll be taking.
You'll be happy with Punk in here at 3 for you. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good business.
And I just want to point out how outstanding he was in the 2011 Chamber.
Dude, he's so good.
When he was with the new Nexus.
Yeah,
and just this slimy scumbag. I remember just his facial expressions in that match just being amazing, and his overall performance was as a slimy heel was legitimately incredible in that match.
He overcomes shitty booking too, because the whole he gets stuck in the pod and then gets reinstated bullshit.
Yes,
but once he's back, dude, he's fucking on one. He
does the thing with Randy where he tries to stop Randy from opening the pod, and then once Randy opens it, dude, his selling when Orange just fucking punching him in the head, dude, incredible.
Strong, really strong. And Buster, it should be said, I'm not trying to take shots or anything, but it's one thing to get the Undertaker, it's another take pajama Undertaker off the board.
Yeah,
big blow for you, if we're being frank.
Yeah, doing that, both of those back to back.
Yeah,
I can only assume it's a slide at me.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll address this with Bob, who is also HR.
Yep, good point. You could also address it with your next pick, Buster. What are you thinking?
I don't know if he'll be mad about this one. This is a sheer volume pick, okay?
Okay.
No real idea if he was good in any of these, but he was in them. The experience matters. Chris Jericho was in 02, 03, 05, 08, 09, 2010, and 2012, and 2013.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
I feel as though that alone makes it a good pick.
Definitely a good pick. Jericho was an unbelievable.
Great in the 09 one.
In the 09 one, he's really fucking good.
He's just
2000s.
He wins the belt.
02, he's awesome in too as well.
2010 one.
Yeah. He was just an unbelievable Swiss Army knife main eventer for them, dude.
Because I took him in the Survivor Series stuff too.
Throughout those performances, all those years you listed, there's 4 different versions of Jericho. You know, baby and heel, and Donnie, that's strong.
Right? One too. I'm thinking about it. He was excellent in that match.
Yeah,
dude. Jericho for these is always such a good pick because he's been in so many of every match in existence. It's when you start looking at his catalog, they always say stipulation match. You're what the then you go down the list. He's been in 9 of them, and specifically again the 09 Chamber. Him and Ray start that match. He is fucking awesome, and that's one of my favorite performances of his career. He is because his thing too in 09 is that yes, he's a slime ball, but he's also a menacing, like he will literally beat the shit out of you. And him and Rey in 09 specifically, I think that's some of the best work of Jericho's career, that feud that they have. And he specifically always beat the shit out of Rey Mysterio. He threw him around the pods and the steel grain, and for that performance alone, I have to give that pick 2 thumbs up. That is funky. I legit forgot how many of these chambers he's in, dude.
Yeah. Chris, I don't want to speculate, but I got the sense that was another blow to the big board. I'm getting the sense.
It was.
So mean.
2 of my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time just taken right from me.
I also took Demolition that one time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna take a different tag team. I'm gonna take Demolition.
Fuck.
My bad.
Strong pick, no doubt. A lot of people have been playing familiar tunes on this show, picking faves and such, getting their bits off. They don't think I noticed that kind of thing. They don't think I noticed what they're threatening me with. I know what's going on here, Oracle. I see your face over there. I'm not letting this stand. I'm not letting this go on. I am picking a history maker. I am picking the very first winner of a women's elimination chamber.
Oh my fucking God.
And you may go, a reach? Hold the phone. First winner, women's elimination chamber. Comes back and does that complete one-off appearance in Saudi Arabia for reasons we still don't know, where she doesn't do anything before or after. Just comes back and works for Bianca Belair in the chamber. Then, last year, produced a performance so striking inside the chamber that Manny the Hooper said he was struck by the efficiency of her offense. I take Alexa Bliss for my chamber match. And it's one of those ones, you take a step back, you go, hold on. That's a history maker, Donnie. That's a history maker.
Yeah, it's a history maker.
One of the first one, bro. I didn't book it. I'm just seeing what happened.
Joe, you also forgot to mention, this is extra points. One of the best promos of her career comes after she wins that chamber. The
inside
fake out.
The structure.
Yes, inside the structure, where she goes, if you follow your dreams, you will not accomplish them. She was very firm. You cannot accomplish your dreams, says Alexa Bliss. The more that it gets brought up, the more I grow fonder of last year's women's chamber. Dude, everyone in that match is sensational. Alexa's really good. Then she disappears for a while, which apparently is a habit for Alexa. She does a chamber and then disappears. Pretty strange. One of her gimmicks, yeah, she's like Batman. She just goes into the night quietly. But she and then just a little tinier. But she's again, to quote the great Manny the Hooper, efficient. You throw her in there, she's good for 19-7. Really, really, really good. She I don't remember if she starts last year's or if she's the first entrant after the first 2, but she's in there for a pretty sizable chunk of time. And you always like to have Alexa Bliss, a great hand who will always improve your board, no matter what.
She comes in last year's match later. It's just the match it's like Liv, Bianca, and Alexa is like its own section of the match, and then it goes to Liv and Bianca.
I thought she was.
From what I remember.
Okay.
Do you remember they did Oracle? I don't know if you were on that Grinalong, but they do that freeway sequencing in that match last year. Bianca, Liv, and Alexa before they get to where Liv. It's the one where Liv cheats to she eliminates Alexa by holding Bianca's hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I got here, representing the women with a history maker. I haven't noticed that. If you've heard me, I've noted that a few times. The first winner of a women's elimination chamber. We're currently looking at here Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and Alexa Bliss.
Wonders.
Is what it is. Chris Bordheim, what you got?
All right. We are going to go to a man who's won 2 Elimination Chamber matches.
Oh, wow.
He's been in 4, so he's shooting 50%. That's pretty good. He's a man that walked into one chamber as a world champion, lost, then bullied his way into another elimination chamber and walked out another champion. I am seeing clearly. I am taking Adam Edge.
Yep. This is a guy who's, we're talking about history makers. Edge is a wrestler that I do absolutely associate with the chamber. I do, absolutely.
Yeah.
That angle is a notable one where he claws his way back into the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
The promo the next night on Raw when he's laughing at everyone.
And even though it doesn't officially count, like the Buster thing earlier with Shawn's interference or what we just did with the Alexa promo, Edge cashing in his first title win posted. You do mentally this association. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a great pick. I get why you kind of were confident you'd be able to get Edge because, again, not a huge hit on this platform. Oracle's not selling for it, but I think it's a good pick, personally. I do. I think it's a good... I think it's a good pick. Edge headed to Team Bourdain. Very strong. Very, very strong indeed. And I kind of was surprised he's not in more than 4, I got to be honest. That did surprise me when I was looking it up, yeah.
I thought he'd be in more,
especially because Jericho was in like 18 of them. So, it's, all right, strong. Very, very strong. Adonis, you got a double pick, mate.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with another woman, and I didn't realize she was in most of the women's chambers. She hasn't won one yet, but she's always, now that it's jogging my memory again, always really good at them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking Naomi. Naomi, who, of course, was in last year's chamber. She was in the original women's tag team title chamber, which is history. Have to note that's history. She was also really, really good in the 2018 chamber. I don't actually remember much of the match. I think she individually was really, really good.
What?
And Naomi, to me, is always somebody who, like, gets brought up a decent amount, but the actual quality of her work never is. And it has to be said, like, the year that she had last year before she obviously got pregnant, which hopefully everything is going well with that. Like, it is a really special thing to think about. Someone who's been in the business as long as she has, and to still be churning out these excellent performances in big and key matches is always something to, strive for. And again, the angle last year, an incredible piece of business, that angle with Jade last year. So I'm really happy to get her on my board.
I started laughing there, folks, because I knew what was coming. When Adonis conceded the win-loss record, I went, oh, here we go. And then in a gentleman's draft such as this, to play the card of our beloved Naomi's pregnancy and to go for that vote, I mean, we're talking facts and stats. We're talking the nuts and bolts of this business. Oracle, and suddenly when we're throwing in well wishes. I mean, of course, we all wish well to Naomi. It doesn't mean she needs to be winning the draft for Adonis.
True.
What kind of votes is this kid trying to get, Oracle? Come on.
Well, I have no memory of any Naomi performance in the except for last year's when Jade showed up,
which was cool. Yeah.
She's good.
It's fucking cool.
To be fair to Naomi, I really did like her in 2017, 2018.
Yeah, me too.
She was good in that match. I saw. What? She's good.
I like Naomi, dude.
Oh.
I like Naomi. Oh, who was her tag partner in the original women's tag?
I believe it was Carmella.
Carmella. That's
Carmella. When Mella's like with Truth and stuff.
Yeah.
Buster, big bald Carmella.
She was off. Yeah.
Let me be clear, I really like Carmella, but the something funny about picking her for this would be really funny. I feel like, give me Mella. Could happen, man. We've got a lot of picks still to go. All right. So you got Naomi. Adonis, sticking with you.
I'm sticking with a guy who, again, pure volume on this one. I'm going to go with the phenomenal AJ Styles. He's been in 3 chambers. He is excellent in 2017 chamber as a defending champion who's also got his back against the wall. He's the heel. He does not want to deal with any of these people. He's trying to run. He can't. He is really, really good in the 2021 chamber, the Thunderdome. That's the one where Drew defends and retains the title. He goes the distance in that one as well. Him and Drew are the final 2. AJ quietly one of the Thunderdome MVPs. He's in every match of his that I can remember from that stretch, including this chamber. He is fucking exceptional, as you'd expect. He's also in the very cursed 2022 chamber in Saudi Arabia. The less said about that, the better, but he's good in it because it's AJ Styles, so you could always expect him to do some good stuff. So again, in a draft where I'm not too accustomed to like the stats and the what people have done in it, I'm looking a lot at like guys who I think have been individually really good in the matches, and AJ's always stuck out to me, especially the 2017 performance. I think he's really, really, really great in it. So going with a phenomenal AJ Styles, who just recently maybe retired, maybe not. Who knows what he's doing? Shout out Uncle Alan.
Another simpy vote. You see this, fellas? You see what's happening here? Another simpy vote.
John Cena, defending champion in 2017, by the way.
That's true.
Oh, shit.
Got his ass.
What a blunder.
Let's go, Chris Bourdain.
That's your guy.
Was he in the 19 chamber?
He was. Yeah,
he was also in 20, so he was in 4.
Chris said, hey, man, you know anything about John Cena?
I don't, apparently.
That was a pure counter punch.
Great.
Because another Bourdain favorite had come off the board and said, I'm not fucking standing for this.
That was really
actually AJ was not on, because I don't associate him with the chamber, so I didn't really have him on this list. So
still a good counter nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a great counter. It's great.
Adonis forgot the 16th title win, guys. It's something to consider when you're voting, but
true.
strong. Look, AJ Styles obviously is great.
Yeah.
He and Naomi headed to Team Donnie. And I do agree, AJ is fantastic in that 2017 chamber, in which he is not the defending champion.
He's not.
He is magnificent nonetheless. Chris, you're up, brother.
This is the pick that's going to lose me this draft.
Time to play the game, boys.
Oh no!
Yep. No. It's time to play the
It's the
game.
right pick. It's the right
It is.
pick.
It absolutely is.
He's very good. He's very good in every chamber he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Very good. He's been in 6 of them. He's won 4 of them. And look, he wrestled a long ass time in that first chamber with a broken fucking throat. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
It's the
a
right
tough
pick.
son of a bitch.
There's
Give me Triple H.
no way it is not the right pick at this point in the game.
No, it actually is.
It is.
We literally always say like he excels
Yeah.
in these like plunder matches or similar matches. Of course, he's good at all these fucking matches.
And he was desperate for them to bring in War Games, which is what led to this like being a
Yeah.
thing, right? So yeah, I mean, great pick. Oracle,
I'm
no
trying to
question
think
here, right?
of, like, I'd say 4 of them he's like great in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the first
02,
one-
05,
Yep.
08, and 09, I think he's great in all those.
And we talked earlier about the importance of the first one. Let's be real, he's the glue there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the thing that makes the first one tick.
The only one he's not good in is 2010, but by that point he was already he was
Yeah.
like going into semi-retirement.
He was
so-
watching Kenta tapes and things of
Yeah.
that nature. Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
05, like it basically revolves entirely around him and like Orton and Batista.
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So,
He's great in these matches. I think it's a great pick. I actually think it's an outright steal this deep in the game, but
yeah.
Chris understands what the poll's going to do, and so do the rest of us, so I get it. But you did the right thing. Triple poll. There you go. Good, very good pick. You say his record was 4-2 in the chamber?
Yes.
That's fucking insane.
It's sensational, dude. I can't imagine why people got frustrated. Buster, is not your pick, is mine.
No, it's yours. yeah. Just don't take anybody I want, please.
Oh, man. Blimey.
There's 3 names. If you say one of these 2 names, I'll be perplexed.
Perplexed.
I'm going to take a guy who's just steady, and I'm intrigued what he'll do with Alexa Bliss in terms of physicality.
Mhm.
I'm going to take Sheamus.
Well done.
Thank you, Oracle. He, I believe he's been in 5 chamber matches, I believe. I'm not a statistician, but I
The
believe
Liv Morgan of gentlemen.
yes, indeed. Great comp. Excellent work. I think we got 2010, 2011, 2014 again comes up, and 2021, which has come up a few times. And also, this is worth it for novelty's sake, he's in the 2015 one that absolutely fucking implodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has got to be worth something, right? So, give me Shamo. I'm intrigued as to what him and Alexa come up with as our starting 2 here. I expect no brogue kicks, quite frankly. Oracle always happy to get Sheamus, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want somebody for JR to say "damn sure physical,"
Yeah.
you just get Shamo in there and get things rolling with the body blows and the clubs and shit.
I like what I'm building here, guys. 2 of Bryan's 2 guys he had great matches with, Randy Orton and Sheamus, and Alexa Bliss. So, something said for that.
Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss had a great match.
Great point. With varied results here. Varied results. You always have to have Sheamus and a multi-man, as Oracle said, some clubbing, some physicality, the works. Buster, now is your pick.
It is, yeah. I'm going to take a woman, finally. My apologies.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
That's my bad. It's on me.
My bad.
I'm going to take Bayley, the ultimate professional wrestler. She's in 2018 and 2019, which I don't remember. However, she is in the 2025 one that I do remember being good.
2019, she wins with her and Sasha win the tag straps.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I knew
Which
that.
makes her, Buster, a history maker.
There you go.
The first women's tag team champ. Dude, if it's a draft and it's pick 4 and you go, I'm going to take Bayley, you've already won, right? You can't go wrong with
yeah.
that. It's Bayley.
There's Bayley.
When
Bam!
Bayley comes out, I go, Bayley.
Yeah.
Pam even.
Yeah. Generally, it's a good thing to see Bayley. She is, honestly, to be completely frank, she's too selfless for her own good in some of these. Like last year's match, she literally is there purely to serve other people in
Genuinely,
that chamber
yeah.
match. But of course, that's why she's Bayley. And that's why we love her so dearly. So, great pick. Another history maker here off the board. This next few picks, I think, is where the fun is really going to begin, because let me tell you something. Some of these picks we laugh at, we have some fun. Brother, it is thinner than you think at this point in the game.
It really
Unless
is.
the Oracle
It
of
is.
Wrestling has some tricks up his sleeve. Oracle, double pick.
Well, Let's go back to 2011.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back to the World Championship bout. There was a man who came out to theme music that went something like this.
Oh.
No.
What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the Drew McIntyre was absolutely incredible in the 2011 SmackDown Elimination Chamber match.
Damn.
And had one of the great superstars on WWE.com/YouTube runs in 2011.
That's just not. That is not necessary.
Irrelevant to the case.
But his performance in that chamber match is absolutely fucking amazing. Legitimately, like a top 5 chamber performance ever. And for that, he gets my next pick. And Drew had some solid. And Drew's had some solid, solid chamber performances in recent years.
Like Edge, he's 2 for 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's 1, 2. Yeah,
but just incredible in 2011. But my next pick, there's been names that have kind of gone through my head, and I've been kind of debating on them.
Yeah.
But I think I would be mistaken if I did not pick this gentleman who had one of the most memorable chamber performances of all time that ended in what many would describe as a dud. That is a man that is the first of many victims of the career of Gunther, and his name would be Bill Goldberg.
Wow. Strong.
Who steamrolled and had one of the all-time great blow through fucking people for 8 minutes ever in the SummerSlam 2003 Elimination Chamber bout. Just to point out, he's got Ray Jr. in my match now. He's got Drew McIntyre. He's got CM Punk. He's got his buddy, The Undertaker. So imagine that brainbuster occurring inside the Elimination Chamber, inside Satan's prison, if you will.
If you will, I will. The Goldberg Chamber is like legitimately about a beat short of being an absolute masterpiece. Like the audience's reaction as he begins to decimate guys in that match is overwhelming. It's genuine, like a powerful piece of business. And then but it's a great pick. I gotta say, for picks 4 and 5, I think Oracle really he delivered there. He delivered there. No doubt about it. Very, very nicely done, Oracle. Very nicely done indeed. Which puts the pressure on Buster. Where you headed, Buster?
I'm actually pretty happy with this pick.
Oh, here we go.
All right. I'm going to take Cesaro. He's in
Swiss.
2014 and 2021. And he's also in the tag team one, which isn't great. But he's in there with Tyson Kidd, which is like, there's points to be made there.
Yes, there is.
Cesaro is actually, I mean, he hasn't got as many performances, but he's in that same bracket as Sheamus, right? Where it's like,
just steady,
yeah.
mid-card guy that can do cool things every once in a while.
Sensational for a match like this, where you just need a guy that can go out somewhere in the middle, but be awesome in the match. From what I remember, he's really good in the 2021 one, but again, I haven't watched that since. And
he is fantastic in 2014. Him and Sheamus start the thing. He is fucking outrageous. There's a spot where he fucking gorilla presses Sheamus with the pod door on. It's like one of the fucking coolest feats of strength I've ever seen in my life. It's
agree.
God, that match is
Keep going.
How great is it when Donnie puts your pick over there?
It's that's awesome.
Fucking magic in it.
I don't have to do anything.
And then Donnie does a pick and we'll bury it like true pros. Welcome to the league, kid.
Earning my stripes.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about. Right, I definitely know what I'm doing next. Definitely didn't spend that entire round just popping myself and doing bits. I know exactly where I'm going next. I'm going to find a rival for Alexa Bliss because right now she's kind of lonely in there. One of her most fierce rivals. Give me the legit boss, Sasha Banks, who has just 2 appearances, but is magnificent in the first match.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you.
I love when you're honest with me, Oracle.
I was going to pick a lady and it was going to be her. I'm not sure I can do that now because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I think the big hitters are off the board now. I'd agree.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Tamina's still up. She's still up for grabs.
That's true.
Yeah.
As
Who's meaner?
As is Sonya Deville. So
Yep. The sewer.
Yeah.
Mandy Rose.
Mandy
The
Rose.
sewer.
There you go, Chris.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks is amazing in the first chamber. And jokes aside, her and Alexa's final two thing is so dramatic in that match. It's actually great. We did it for Green Grappler a couple years ago, and it's like genuinely great. And then, of course, the aforementioned 2019 tag title win with Bayley, another history maker. I love history. I love making history. I love people that do both of those things at once. Sasha Banks, she's a legit boss. And
I've heard that.
Yeah, she said that once.
I just didn't see Alexa Bliss feeding the Busaiku. I needed to get someone in there with her. So Sasha Banks, quietly one of Alexa's best dance partners, even with all of the surrounding lore and such with that pairing. They had a lot of good stuff together. So
Twisted Bliss off the
which was a very strange spot, admittedly.
Yes, but they always show it because they always they don't show the second part, but they always show the first part.
Okay, let's actually park the show for this because Oracle and I have spent at least 12 hours of our lives and friendships talking about this. Do you guys remember the spot we're talking about?
The
Off
Twisted
the
Bliss
pod?
off the pod.
It's one of the strangest WWE spot. Alexa does Twisted Bliss off the pod, and it's like a transition.
Yeah.
Like
What?
she hits it,
Yes.
and Sasha then just rolls into the bank statement. Like they don't.
Yep.
It's bizarre.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. She never did it again. She really said, "Fuck you." That was a waste of time.
I don't even remember that.
So that fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like, ow, my
and that's
head.
still. That's the new pod, I think, right? That's the new pod.
Yes.
Yeah, good. I
Yeah.
was gonna say because fuck. But yeah, it's very, very, very strange. But you're right. They just show the high shot of it. But
That's hilarious.
they had good chemistry. I'm happy with that pick. Always happy to get Sasha Banks. Strong, very, very strong. If you ask me, Chris Bourdine, your fifth pick, brother.
I'm gonna go with a man who has been in 6 of these matches. He's won one of them as part of a tag team.
Oh yeah.
Fuck's sake.
He's got an all-time performance in 2019. And let's face it, Triple H needs someone to pin, so I'm taking Kofi Kingston.
God damn it.
It was gonna be if I got there. I was hoping it'd be my victory cigar pick. It's such a good pick, dude.
Yeah.
Let's be real. He's in 6, and for the bulk of those, he's definitely there as like 5th or 6th man, right?
For
No
sure.
question about it. But that's all. The argument completely changes because he has that 2019 performance. So it brings the rest of the performances up.
Yeah.
The rest of the showings up. And in addition, the tag win, as mentioned, tag chambers are a novelty in themselves. There's not a ton of those. I thought Chris was just really happy with his pick there. He's definitely frozen. But nonetheless, he's happy with it too. It's a great pick. Donnie,
Oh no.
Kofi Kingston has one of the all-time great chamber performances.
He is that 2019, that whole closing sequence with Bryan is just, I mean, it's magic, dude. It's the type of thing that like WWE never really got it.
How great was just the joy in Chris's face as he give that as we listened to, we're talking about his pick and I'm going, man, Chris really was happy with that. Go for it, Donnie.
I like the part where you can hear him. Did you hear him go, oh no?
Yeah, he went, oh, no.
Faint oh no under it.
Just the pick made him that happy that his internet.
Yeah.
That's how good the pick was. It's just the 2019 thing. You can't manufacture something like that, dude. It's one of the more formative moments for me, and he's really good in the 2021 chamber. Again, going back to that Thunderdome one that nobody remembers because it happened in front of nobody. He is really, really good in that match. Kofi's a guy who you just throw in the match and you could put him in as one of the first two. You could put him in last as a lightning bolt type of guy, and he's always going to bring the energy, always gets the people excited, and always comes up with something creative to do in the match to give it some oomph. So this late in the game, I literally had him written out. I had all of his chambers written out on my notes, and now I've had to delete them all. I'm very sad. Very sad.
Great pick this deep in the game. Because I think for a lot of people, the Star Kofi Mania is like the definitive chamber memory. So
Yes.
for an entire generation, I would say, actually, to be honest. So great pick. While we wait for our friend Chris to return, Donnie, you have a double pick.
So I'm going to go with a guy who has been in half of the amount of chambers as Kofi, but in a similar vein, kind of fills the same role. I'm going to go with John Morrison, who I think is
Strong.
fucking
Bold.
awesome in 2011, dude. He is so good in the 2011 Chamber. He again fills the Kofi role. If he comes in early and he does all the cool sequences, that's the year where he does the hanging off the pod sequence onto Sheamus for the elimination, which is one of the greatest elimination spots in Chamber history. He's in the final ever tag team elimination Chamber in 2020, which is, your mileage may vary on that. He is also a very underrated part of the 2010 World Heavyweight Championship Chamber as well. Just a spark plug guy, somebody that I can, have him come in at 4 or 5. He could be number 1, and he's always going to come up with something cool for the fans to gravitate towards. He's just really fun to watch in these environments to see how he incorporates that kind of parkour style, however you want to frame it. And this deep in the game, I'm really happy to get a guy like that because I thought he was going to get taken. I'll be very honest. I was very fearful that we were going to get deep and somebody was going to take him. So I'm happy to get John.
So,
performance in history.
Buster,
Yeah.
do me a favor. Now listen, this ain't me. I couldn't do it. I tried my best. I fear that that's an actual good pick that people are going to see on the graphic and go, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just
I feel like he's done a lot of damage to his to how people view him now.
Yeah.
He really has.
Which will change. Like once it's all done, people will go, "Oh, John Morrison was really good," But it's right now we're living in Collider Morrison era, and I think as a result, he kind of
rough.
It's bad,
yeah.
bro.
I don't really like watching him now, but he was a good wrestler. He was a good wrestler.
He was.
Your second pick of
one
this
of the great tag teams ever in the 2000s.
Eminem, I presume. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem.
Just to be clear, you're not talking about Show Miz or whatever the fuck they called them. Show Miz was Big Show in them.
Yeah, it was.
Miz and Morrison were good as fuck in 08-09, so be careful there, pal.
Good as fuck is aggressive. It's
Careful. All right, hold on.
How good is fuck? How good is it?
How good is fuck? Hold on.
They were great.
Adonis, second off your second pick, mate.
All right, so for my final pick, again, similar to a lot of the people I've taken, I'm going to go with sheer performance here. I'm going to take the one and only burning in there. I couldn't do it. I don't remember what he said. I'm talking about Kevin Owens.
It's pretty good.
That was no make-believe.
There was no make-believe in that. And there is no make-believe in how good Kevin Owens is in these matches. Another standout performance in the 2021 Chamber. And he is fucking awesome in 2024. The bit where he headbutts the pod is so fucking funny. I don't even really know why it makes me laugh as much as it does, but Kevin Owens, again, a guy that you put him in any type of match, you're never going to complain to see him. A spark plug, always comes with great intensity and energy. And my God, does that dude know how to throw a fucking lariat? There is one specific one in the 2024 Chamber where he hits He Who Shall Not Be Named, who is also in that chamber, who I refuse to name on a sacred platform like this, where he completely nearly paralyzes the guy. Logan Paul. He nearly. I
was gonna say Benoit wasn't there in 2020.
No, he went away. According to the Miz, he went away. But Kevin Owens did not go away. He is sensational in the 2 matches he's in. Well, he unfortunately, but he's just really good, man. It's Kevin Owens. In my chamber, he gets to match up with John Cena, and their chamber history, not a chamber match, but at the chamber pay-per-view. So never going to be sad to have Kevin Owens on my, never going to be sad to have Kevin Owens on my little board here.
Chris, you missed a lot, but
no.
as the War Room has clued you in, Morrison and Kevin Owens headed to Team Donnie. A fascinating combination of picks, both that make sense. Hilariously, in this concept, Morrison is probably the better pick.
Yeah.
Right? Which is weird, but just the way it works. So, strong way to close it out, Donnie. I like what you got there a lot. And now I'm intrigued where our friend Chris goes here for his final pick.
Well, if the Triple H pick didn't lose me this draft, this one sure will. I'm taking the Big Red Machine Kane.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking incredible.
I also think this is a heroic thing for Chris to do because the Survivor Series draft, and I think we would all agree on this, right? Chris's team just popped the most as a graphic, didn't it?
Yeah.
That team.
Yeah.
And so I think what you've done here, whether even you know it or not, you've gone, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. It's Kane.
Yeah.
He's got to get drafted. Yeah. Oracle's thinking, fuck, what's my last pick? But
I got the win under my belt. I don't feel the pressure. I can kind of be,
Yeah. You can be ethical in the draft, which means be deeply unethical about who you pick. That's how wrestling works. Yeah.
By the way, I'm just saying. Listen. You pick Kane. That just adds more to Kane good match theory. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's
just
legitimately he's good in a lot of these.
So I had to. I almost made it through without having to go off my board. But I'm like, crap, and he's like the only one left that has any kind of resume in the match.
Yeah,
really.
It's also Satan's prison, which feels like
that's true.
It's kind of like
in more ways than one, he's at home there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's is a big part of the chamber for me to have a big in there, right? That's why I picked Bliss. Like you need a monster in there. So
Yep, 100%.
I think Kane was their go-to for that a lot. And while he was never ever someone that fans went he might win it, like he was Kane and he was in them and he was good in them. So I think it's a great pick.
My God, it's
great
Kane.
pick. Tremendous stuff. It's time for my final pick. And I agree there's not a ton of names with a real resume here, so I'm going to go with a slightly sentimental pick, but one that I think he's a name I do associate with the Chamber, even though he's only in one. Because it is probably the signature moment of his career in a lot of ways in terms of accomplishments. Bray Wyatt wins the WWE title in the Chamber. And Bray Wyatt's career was fascinating and bizarre. But I truly do remember that being a pretty powerful moment when he won that belt because anyone who lived that mid-2010s Bray Wyatt run knows his run was like highs and lows. And by 2017, we already had gotten to the point where it was like, in the mid-2016, you wondered if Bray was like done. Like, they'd already damaged him to that point, right? Like, he kind of, remember he's supposed to work with Brock at Mania 32, and they change it, and he just does that segment with Rock or whatever they do, and he just kind of floats around. And I remember him doing a program with 2016, the big thing that sparks him is the Randy saga.
Yes.
Right? Now, look, we all know that the title match ahead of this is not one to, it's not going to come in a draft anytime soon, but I remember seeing those Fireflies that night when he gets that win in the Chamber, and it was actually like a really cool moment, as was the rematch they did with AJ and Cena on TV, but it was a special thing. People were really excited at the time, and I think the 2017 Chamber is so good, and it needed to be because they had the new Chamber, the new structure. Thank goodness they had a great match with that, right? Rather than going out there and stinging out, they rocked it, I thought, and they used that environment to their advantage. So a slightly sentimental pick, but it's probably just me because I think most fans think of Bray as the Fiend. When I think of Bray Wyatt, I actually do think of that visual of him holding the belt up with the Fireflies. Like that's the thing I vividly remember. So happy to round out my squad here. Buster, your final pick, mate.
I mean, sadly, in a similar vein, I'm going to take a guy that was only in one of them. I'm going to take Umaga, dude.
Umaga.
Yeah. He's fucking awesome in the 08 Chamber.
Yes.
He comes in and just beats the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
He's great. It's Umaga. I'm going to read a William Regal tweet from 2015. A tip. I used to say Umaga because I knew it would make people remember me saying it. When you're normal, you have to be extraordinary. I agree.
Dude,
It's true.
thing is, that sounds really like flowery and poetic, but like,
he's right.
that's absolutely accurate. Like, people still remember Umaga, you know? Like, everyone watching this, when you said Umaga, went, oh yeah, Regal.
Yeah.
Something to be said for that. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, in an ideal world, he's in 10 of these, right?
Yeah.
But, things went the way they went. But he is great in that match. And he's also someone who, again, you're looking for that big, right? And he was perfect for that.
It was either him or Tall Paul that I was going with.
Yeah, and the thing with the monster slot is it allows you someone who can come in and be in there for a short spell, but can be like, impactful.
Yeah.
Totally shifts the dynamic of the match.
Yeah.
He's in there like a pretty long time though, and then his makeup all comes off and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean Umaga was a great pro wrestler.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no, absolutely, it's a great pick. I did a no there, shout Bob.
Very Midwest of you.
Yeah. Umaga or Umanga, if you will.
Umaga.
Which you clearly will because you did it a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oracle, take us home, brother.
Well, I'm going to take someone that's been mentioned already during this discourse. Someone who can really be a really good fodder. Someone who can go out there and really just be a slimy heel or do some stick or really take a beating from Goldberg or tombstone from Taker or something of that nature.
Is he here to show the world?
one of the all-time
He's not. Yep.
great WWE superstars. I'm going to take Mike the Miz Mizanin.
Oh my God!
I know it, bro.
No.
When I was just combing through the numbers on this, I saw how many Miz was in and went, oh, he's absolutely one of Oracle's picks. There's no question about it.
Mike the Miz.
Honestly, though, your description is fitting and, like, look at who's left on the board. It's kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's I mean, you know, and he's good in that role, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want him going in there and trading, you know,
Larry
Spikes
Altaris.
of Phil
Yeah.
or something. But
You know, he's not here to show the world, but he did come to play. And that's got to count for something.
And that's the price you pay.
You know what was weird when I was researching? I'm just looking at the names that didn't get drafted. How fascinating is that just by pure chance, Roman Reigns has like done hardly any chambers.
Yeah.
I know because I thought about it and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't really associate him with
He
that.
was in the 7-man one in 2018. Is he in any
I
other
don't
ones
like
but
that
that
match
one?
at all.
No,
I
that
don't
match is
like
bad.
that.
That match is terrible.
That's
Is he in any other ones?
No, he's 1 for 1.
How weird is that?
What the?
Pure chance. Like he's just
That's
the way the
weird.
bookings worked out. He hasn't been in the match.
Wow.
Bizarre. And there's a chance he's. I mean,
He may
there's a
never
good
do
chance
one
he's never
again.
doing one again.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes,
at this stage, I mean, I just can't imagine him
right. So
unless he does like the last come in and cleans house type deal. Maybe that might
kind of the
happen.
Brock thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who were the big names not dry? Like Ziggler's in a couple of them, right? And he's the guy who has to like quarterback
Ziggler would've been a
the IC one.
Ziggler
Yeah.
would have been the main one. Seth
Big
is in a
Show.
few of them, I think.
Big
Well,
Show's
has
got been a
Rhea
couple.
ever
Big
worked with
Show,
him?
yeah.
Rhea's done
She did one of them.
one or two, I believe. No more than two, though.
She's I think she was in the
know she's
one.
gonna be, because she won the match, so she'll be in this year's. But I don't even remember her in any of the other.
She's not
things.
because that's in that weird phase where like Vince called her up, but he didn't really like her and didn't really. It was like she had the blonde hair. She was doing, yeah.
She's
That
in
was
the one in Saudi that I was talking about earlier with Bianca and Alexa. She's in that one for sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Show was in 4 of them.
Yeah.
He wasn't taken. R-Truth has been in 4 of them. Seth Rollins has been in 4 of them. Bobby Lashley has been in 3 of them.
Holy
He's really good in the
And
2020.
Wade Barrett was in two
Wade
of them.
Barrett was in 3 of them. So
The
those were-
Bullhammer.
I
Bust
thought
the Bullhammer?
about. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Very good. All right, fellas, let's run down our picks here. Oracle, you go first. Tell us your final chamber lineup, mate.
Well, I have Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Bill Goldberg, and The Miz.
Buster?
I have Shawn Michaels, Jeff Hardy, Chris Jericho, Bayley, Cesaro, and Umaga.
You might go.
I have Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Alexa Bliss, Sheamus, Sasha Banks, and Bray Wyatt. Chris Bourdine.
I have The Game, Triple H. I have Adam Edge Copeland. I have Bianca Belair, Kofi Kingston, Liv Morgan, and the Big Red Machine Kane with a winning percentage of 300, which gets you into Cooperstown.
Liv Morgan and Kane at the end there. You need a stat to just explain where you're at head face there. That was tremendous. All right. Excellent. Donnie, take us home.
So I have the greatest of all time, John Cena, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, the woman who likes to glow, Naomi, the phenomenal gloves man, AJ Styles. Now listen, it's John Morrison and Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Fellas, this was a blast. I'm intrigued to see what the polls look like for this. Buster gave me an idea earlier that I think next year we'll come back in a year's time. Elimination Chamber draft in which you fantasy book a chamber lineup with people that exclusively have never been in Elimination Chamber. That would be very different because it'd be completely different people. Naturally, that was the idea.
Yeah.
This was fun. I look forward to winning. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, folks. Please like the video and subscribe for more grins. To join us live almost daily, head to Late Night Grin, hitting the join button for exclusive watch-alongs, wrestling history lessons, and live Q&As. Keep grinning, folks. All how.